The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida, joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Makaila Nichols. Hi, Makaila. How are you?
Hey, Justin. How are you?
It's the turn. I'm telling you.
I know, it's good.
Turn equals ratings. You know that, right?
It sure does.
We are here in Baldwin Park at a friend of mine's new school. I'm a Montessori baby, by the way. You are not. Oftentimes we say that is what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I was just a private school baby.
I know, it's unbelievable. Today, we're talking about your kids. The kids, really the most important part of our lives. We know
Education is really pretty much the most
Education
important
is the
part.
most important part of their lives.
Of their lives.
I mean,
well, the
you
kids
gotta
are
be
the
good
most
parents.
important,
Maybe
and then their
parenting
education.
and then education, or is
yeah,
it education and parenting?
No, parenting, happiness, education.
Health, where does health fall in?
Health is in there.
Look, here's what's important. Education, we know, is very important to your kids. Where are the best places for educating your kids? You're going to find out after this quick break as Best of Central Florida continues.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Here we are in Baldwin Park, and the reason why I am such a special person is because my childhood was spent at a Montessori school. I was down in Texas at the time, believe it or not. Not sure how we ended up in Texas because my family's really from Tennessee, but my mom and dad insisted that I go to Montessori school. And it is really a different learning system. And I think a wonderful one. You didn't go to Montessori
I didn't.
school.
That explains why
As
I'm
we were
like
talking
this.
earlier, that's what's wrong with you, we
Yeah,
think, isn't that right? Well, there's a brand new Montessori school here in Baldwin Park, and it is amazing. It smells brand new. It's a beautiful facility. Huge classrooms, and I think you would really love to see your kids here as well. It's Montessori Kids Universe. Very happy to be joined by the owners. It's mom and son, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
Shula's here, Gari's here. Good to see you guys. And let me start with you. May I say mom? Because
Sure.
this really is a family. Your family is running this place, and you treat it like your own family.
Yes.
But you decided to send your son to Montessori school back in the day as well. Why did you do that?
Oh, I walked into a Montessori classroom in Atlanta, and I just thought it was a magical place. These children were allowed to move and choose and be independent, but within that environment, they were all working. They were all doing something meaningful. They were all learning. So to me, that was just like, I'd never seen anything like that before.
Exactly.
And that's what I wanted for my children.
When you compare a Montessori school to, say, a regular preschool that you drive down the street and see all the time, what are some of the differences?
I would say that the curriculum really focuses on the independence of the child in the classroom. They have the freedom to interact with the materials that they're comfortable with and then slowly progress as they gain expertise onto other materials. Whereas in a traditional classroom, you're sort of, the students are treated as plug and play, I like to say.
Yep.
They're plugged into the lesson and you hope that they learn the lesson.
Some of the Montessori schools that I've seen around here really start a little bit older than the younger kids. You serve a lot of different age groups here.
Yes, that's what's actually special about this place is that we do take infants 6 weeks. And we understand parents, both working parents, they need a place that they can trust to take care of their children. And our environment, we take care of the children, but at the same time, these children are being exposed to education. It's not just babysitting. In fact, the curriculum that's set by our curriculum coordinator here permeates through the whole school. So whether you're 6 weeks baby or you're a 6-year-old child, you're being exposed to botany, zoology, astronomy. I mean, we had a little unit and they've even got a little solar system in there. The teachers are giving them those words. We encourage language, vocabulary, right from the get-go.
You were showing me outside before. Literally, we have an herb garden and all sorts of outdoor activities, easy for me to say as well. Tell me about the outdoors.
Yeah, so we have a thriving gardening program right now as one of our enrichments. We also offer, several other programs as far as enrichments are concerned, but our gardening has really taken off quite well. We have as you mentioned, the herb garden and stuff like that. We also have these beautiful trees around the campus that we take care of and stuff like that. And then as far as our other enrichment programs, we offer yoga, cooking, music, Spanish, art. And so there's quite a lot of opportunities to really expand the imagination and horizons for these kids here.
Yeah, I know that in the afternoons you offer the Reggio Emilia. I don't know much about that. What is that?
So that was it's a town called Reggio Emilia, and it's based on the concept was they express a child can express themselves through 100 languages. And it's up to the guide to kind of follow what the child is interested in and how they want to expand their learning. So you might throw out a concept or an idea and see where the child goes with that. So in our classrooms, we, say there's an art activity, say this teacher starts with a certain concept. For an example, one time they studied like a whale that had been what do you call them when they're on the beach?
The beach whale.
Beach to whale. And so the teacher had thrown out this concept and saw what the children would do with it, and because it was the local news at that time. Wow. And so introducing that concept to the children, and she put out a beached whale, and then from that they're expanded into a whole study of the ocean, and then they created a beautiful collage of the ocean and all the animals. And so just like throwing out concepts and seeing where the children will go with that.
When you first see children come in here in the morning, first day of school or whatever, with their parents and kids crying, they don't want to leave mom or dad or both. And then by the time they leave in the afternoon, they're almost crying because they don't want to leave because of the environment you've created here. How does that make you guys feel?
Oh, that's extremely fulfilling. I think even more, as you mentioned, typically drop-off is a very painful process for parents and students. Yeah. What we foster here is pure independence. So actually the parents drop their kids off at the door. And that student then just walks right in, and they'll go straight to their classroom now. No tears, no crying, no upset. They're excited to come, and yes, we do have some difficulty in having the kids go back home, but they're always excited to come back. Yeah. So that's a big deal.
And the beautiful part for you guys to see, we're at the beginning of the school year, but you are accepting new students. Now, maybe there's a kid who has started somewhere else and they're not happy with the place. You're accepting kids all year round.
Yes.
Yeah, our school is open year-round, and we accept students year-round. So, yeah, anytime anybody wants to come, have a tour, ask about enrollment, we're happy to help.
So as long as we have an opening.
There you go. One more time, just so I'm clear, age group is from what to what?
It's 6 weeks to 6 years old.
6 weeks to 6 years, amazing. Wow. Keep up the great work. It's a beautiful place. The rooms are so big, too.
I know.
And I think that's important. It smells new, and there's just a lot of room to learn here. Great job, guys. I'm blown away.
And people need to understand we're multi-age. Yeah. So in a classroom, there will be children, like especially the primary classroom goes from 3 years to 6 years. So it's a multi-age group where the younger ones can learn from the older ones, and any child on a spectrum of learning feels normal. We're not saying that if you're 3, you have to do exactly this, and if you're 5, you have to do exactly this. So a child is allowed to, if they're advanced, they can do advanced work, or if they're still developing and learning certain things, they have a chance to build that without feeling isolated or singled out or different.
That's amazing. The kids love it here, of course. If you have young children, do yourself a favor. Come down to Baldwin Park and check out our friends at Montessori Kids Universe. Stick around. More Best of Central Florida. Just stay.
Dunamis Family Health. I am joined by Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe, talk to me about ProBalance.
So ProBalance is a new system. It's FDA cleared for treating vestibular neural pathway retraining. What that simply means is we work on balance and cognitive function simultaneously, offering you a streamlined treatment so you can get the maximum benefit in a short period of time.
What does this treatment look like?
So what we first do is an evaluation. We get grip strength, range of motion, metrics on your balance, two-legged, one-legged, with eyes open, eyes closed, and also do a dynamic weight shift, which is where you have to kind of follow a ball in a circle pattern by shifting your weight. A lot harder than it looks.
Sounds it.
But all of those data points go into creating a customized treatment plan.
Wow.
Balance becomes dangerous later in life.
Oh yeah, definitely later in life, but also earlier in life, now that we're seeing more people with sedentary lifestyles, so kids aren't out and active as much. Definitely something that can also be integrated into athletic programs. So balance is key for performance as well. So both for people who are in that aging category worried about falls and people who are looking for better performance.
Is this covered by insurance?
It is not, unfortunately, yet covered by insurance, but that's one of the reasons why I make my care affordable. We make it so that most people can afford the treatment, and it's way more affordable than waiting until you have a fall and an emergency room visit.
In fact, I went to your website before, and the prices are right there.
Yes, definitely. We're very transparent with everything. Normally, the evaluation is $150. Right now, if you click on the QR code and register for an appointment, I'll reach out to you, and we'll waive that $150 for a limited time.
Awesome.
Love it.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. If you're worried about your balance or you just want to find out how good it is, do yourself a favor and call Dr. Joe at Dunamis Family Health.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the show. When it comes to educating you, here's what I've been seeing a lot of lately, Makaila. And I know you follow California and all that. You lived in LA for a while. All of these
I follow California.
You do follow California. All of these actors are getting their houses broken into. Famous athletes getting their houses broken into. It's scary. People are breaking into houses, and it's happening here in Central Florida as well. Now, I think it's fascinating. We always lock our door at night, of course, but you lock the door to. Does anyone else do this, by the way? You lock the door to you close the bedroom door and lock the bedroom door every single night, which I find totally weird, but you got it from, it is weird.
Okay, let's just for a second.
What?
If someone breaks in and they're in your house, then they can just waltz right in, bump, bump, dead.
You're done.
So,
you don't have a warning.
No, I gotta hear you
Dominic
go
does the
through
same
two
thing.
doors.
Yeah.
Chelsea's here with Renewal by Andersen. Your
Sorry about
husband,
that.
Dominic, who I love, also from Buffalo, he does the exact same thing.
He does.
I think it's a Buffalo deal.
But I kind of get what she's saying.
Yeah.
You know, at least you're behind one locked door, and then they can't just sneak up on you, right?
Yeah, I have like 30 seconds at least to figure out what are we gonna do.
She also has a
What are we gonna
baseball
do?
bat next to the bed.
Yeah, it's
as
not
well.
on your side.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it doesn't sound good for me. But let's talk about doors a little bit, Chelsea. Renewal by Andersen, obviously doors and windows. This new door product is amazing.
It's awesome, not only from the perspective of aesthetics, which we love. We talk about how beauty and curb appeal and just taking that front entry door and changing it makes a huge difference. But it's what you can allow to get through that door. So it has not only the newest technology in the 5-point locking system, but it allows you to make sure that forced entry is deterred, which I think all of us really, really need.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you hear of stories where people just like kick the door down.
You see it on all those shows where they kick it down and it just opens up like nothing. I promise you, with all of the testing that we've seen with the ensemble doors, that is not a door you want to kick in. If you do, you're going to have a shock of your life. They're made custom, but they're made extremely strong. Not only from a locking perspective, but an energy efficient perspective, right? How many times have you said, standing by the front door, unlocking it, and all these cold air is coming out? And we don't want to air condition.
No,
you do need the door.
It's true, because like, I mean, literally at our own house, I've called Chelsea, true story, and I'm like, Chelsea, we've got to fix this, because like you can feel that cold air, and the energy bill, my God, right now, whew, it's a lot.
They're like double what they're used to being.
Yeah.
And so I think when you're looking at all of the aspects, beauty, design, the ability for it to be safer, right? But also energy efficiency, that's just the cherry on top, I think. And as we're looking at how do we, where do we even start, right? When you're designing your front entry door, it's hard.
It's important.
It's important.
It's a big choice.
And so what's great is that we had HGTV influencers actually build new series called the Designer Series. So you have all of these original looks and feels from top designers that you can choose from, and then you can adjust, and depending on your style, if you want a little bit of a different hardware, at least you have a starting point.
Wow.
And speaking of like starting point though, so I get home, let's say you're Philip Deems and you get home and you're like, my front door looks old, right? And
but I don't know what I need. I don't know if I need 2 doors or 1 door. I really don't know where to start. Do I just call you and you guys come out? How does it work?
Yeah, definitely give us a call. Go to bestwindowsflorida.com. We have all of our ensemble doors there for you to see. But what's great is our design consultants come to the home and they really take you through that process. And you definitely don't know. I wouldn't know where to start either. But you can start with simple looks and feels that are already built, and you can start adding art glass or different looks and feels that maybe you never thought about, but you can see it through augmentation. So it's one more way to make sure that that door is really to your decor and style, but that it's safe. Every one of us have a different way we look at our doors. Safety or design decor, like you and I.
Yeah, I think it's like best of both worlds. I mean, you have to have obviously the safety, but the beauty, and there's so many different colors too. It's not just like, hey, you have to have a black door. Like there's so many different choices.
And a lot of times the doors are so outdated to today's style. So the inside of your house is modern and beautiful, and then you look at the front door and you're like, I think I need to change that out. I'm a little bit dated here. But it allows you to have those aspects of that modern, but it also has the strength of Fibrex, which is a unique proprietary product to Renewal by Andersen.
So nothing's going to be flying through the window or anything.
No, safety.
And there's a QR code on the screen for you right now. They will connect you directly with Chelsea, and they'll come out and see what's going on. And windows, of course, as well, Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk about doors all the time, but windows. People who have an existing home don't understand how much money they're losing every month because of that electricity bill, because they have bad windows.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We hear from so many of our wonderful homeowners, and they said within the first few hours of the windows being installed, we could tell a difference in our air conditioner and how much it was running, right? And when you and I were in the showroom the other day and how loud it was, we had the window open, and she's like, it's so loud. And then we cranked it in and we shut it down, and it was silence. All of those things are important, especially if you live on a busy road or with traffic being the way that it is. And I mean, we don't have very many peaceful moments, and we definitely don't want to be woken up at night.
No, especially on that Zoom call.
That's right.
Yeah.
You do a lot of those.
I sure do.
Awesome.
I know.
Good times.
Chelsea, honestly, every time you come on the show, not only do we learn more, but it's just... It's exciting.
I just like hanging out with you.
No, but as far as like the design, well,
I
of
do like
course,
hanging
I mean,
out.
it's Chelsea. I want to hang out with Chelsea every day.
Okay.
So you have to come back like every single week.
I
ever.
would love it. I would love it.
Tell Don
Thanks
hello.
for having me. Absolutely.
QR code on the screen right now. Renewal by Andersen. Get with them today. Out here in Bunnell at one of our brand new favorite places, though, Green Heritage Nursery. This place is fantastic. Joined by Steven and Steve. Yeah, it's a nursery, but this is not just a nursery, guys. This is an experience and a destination.
Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
All right, so when you walk in, it's featured in different areas where your plant will reflect the sun or the shade. Huge edible section, your beautiful annuals and perennials, ground covers, landscape staples and specialties. I also have the shade area with the local vendors market and all the arts and artisan things over there. We also do the marketplace once a month.
Yep, on Saturdays.
That's awesome. It's
with our local artisans.
Yeah,
I'm supporting local.
It's really amazing, and not just for adults. This is a wonderful place to bring your kids as well.
Absolutely. We even have a kids area where they can dig for shark's teeth, unicorns.
Yep, little fossils.
Dinosaurs, the whole shebang. You never know what you're going to find in there.
Never.
It really is a place to bring the entire family, including fur babies like Stella, who's here with us
Absolutely.
today.
We are dog friendly.
And people come and spend time. This isn't just pick up a plant and leave. People come walk around, spend time, have lunch, read a book. It's
It's
amazing.
an experience.
Yeah.
We got music piped all throughout, so we have good vibes every day. It's a place you can come and be happy.
Yeah.
And the events, I mean, we can keep up with all the events on Facebook between yoga and shopping and ladies' nights.
And also Instagram as well.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Keep up the great work.
Pleasure.
We will be back for sure.
Come for
you
ladies' night.
should come as well. Am I allowed for ladies' night? No.
Men mostly drive and drop off.
Yeah, drive
Yeah.
me off. That'll be good.
Come visit them right away at Green Heritage Nursery.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
So
One of the things I most admire about you, and always have, maybe one of the reasons I fell in love with you, is your care for children and the foundation that you created at such a young age, the book that you wrote at such a young age that, quite frankly, I wouldn't read your book for the first few years of knowing you, as you know, until you finally forced me to do it. And I didn't want to read it because I care about you. And I knew it would make me mad about what you've gone through, but I have now read your book and really followed, everything that you've done that's been so great for this community. But I want you to tell everyone about what's really going on with your foundation.
Well, that was nice. So I never thought I'd start a foundation because, I went to college for 4 years and straight out of the gate, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a nonprofit. Now, you go to school to make money, right? To get a good job. And I was like, no, I'm going to start a nonprofit. So I graduated and I started the Blatantly Honest Foundation. And, I never thought I'd get into that, kind of role. But my book, Blatantly Honest, Normal Teen, Abnormal Life, was about my own journey, just dealing with bullying, body image, and just life can suck, honestly. And it's how you go about day to day and really just kind of having like a role model. And I felt like there wasn't a lot of role models out there, so I wanted to become one. So I wrote the book, and from there I was doing speaking engagements all across the country to, elementary school, middle school, high school. And then I developed a line of children's coloring books because, you can't have the little kiddos reading the book because it's like 55,000 words, pretty long. But I think the topic of bullying and body image is something that we really need to enforce to let kids know that they're not alone. So.
One of the favorite things I hear you say sometimes when you look at me is you're like, yeah, I gave up on the modeling because I like to eat. Right?
I do.
And I feel like I gave that to you. I gave you the right to eat.
Thanks.
I don't know if that made sense.
No,
but
it didn't.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But I think right now, especially even all of us at home, we're on our phones constantly and we're comparing ourselves to other people, and it's like comparison is the thief of joy. And these young kids, don't even get me started because I can do a whole 10 minutes on that. But you're how you're supposed to be. And when you love yourself and treat your body right, I think that's the best way to be.
Yeah, well, thanks for all the great work that you do, and
yes.
We all love you for that as well.
If you want to learn more about the foundation, go on the website. It'll be below. If the guys put it in there, I know they will. But yeah, I go and speak all across the country. I can come to you. We can do coloring books. We have a podcast, lots of things.
You can close the show.
No, you can't. Go ahead.
No,
I feel like that was just my diatribe.
I feel like you should close the show.
No, go ahead.
Say bye.
Bye. That was not good.
See you next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.